What's going on, everyone? It's Corona Sweets of the Arcadia Network once again, logging in and pressing start on yet another video. We're back in Honkai Impact 3rd Part 2. This is the second part of the first chapter. We decided to split this chapter up rather than have it go as a full 3-hour stream, though in future we might do elongated streams. We obviously tend to like to go for a certain amount of time here. So you guys don't have to sit and watch an entire stream unless it is a streamed archive. That said, I hope everyone is doing well today. It's a pleasure to be back here. Last time, we started off the story. I can't really explain what happened. You'll have to go back and watch it. It was absolute madness. But from this time, we're starting in Amber Street. Don't be fooled for how quiet things are right now. Back in the day, it had the reputation of a tourist attraction. Oh, I've got to ask, are you hungry? Should I grab you something to eat? It's been many moons since I've played the role of a host. The flavors here are authentic. A craft that's probably lost in other places. Before that, let's ask around about the whereabouts of Coralie and Helia. Ah, you want them to have a taste too? Yes. I mean, it'd be nice to have a meal together. So, you're totally not off base. Alright then, no problem. I'll go ask around. Is it about the fear gathering? The fear gathering is not something you see every day. First and foremost, I need to fill those clueless folks in. While I'm at it, I can also inquire about your friends. Anyway, I can't just leave you here. Not when you're so unfamiliar with the place. I guess we don't have much of a choice then. Senna, what do you... Senna? Alright. But once we're done, Miss Song, I also want to talk to you about how to go back. If I were to stay here in this perpetuity, I would distress others. I understand. But let me be clear. If I knew precisely what to do, we wouldn't be here in the first place. Of course, we're all friends here. If there's anything I can help with, I'll do my utmost. So there's definitely going to be a lot here. Look, again, Star Rail's inspiration here. There's a lot to explore and do. Wow, look at some of these NPC designs. The women especially. The men just get plain clothes and jackets and Long time no see, Uncle. It's been a while since you last attended the fear gathering. It's about to start up again. Whether you're needed or not. It's better to be prepared, wouldn't you say? True indeed. I've been fighting against this thing my whole life. If I had my druthers, I wouldn't rely on it so much. Things do seem to be going pretty well though, don't they? You do well to learn from me. No one's more sobering example of hitting rock bottom than I am. That's because back then, you weren't truly in the thick of it. Well, I became utterly useless once my light was extinguished. Don't say that. Come now, let's not dwell on the past sorrows. Are you joining the fear gathering this time? Count me in, but I must tell you, there's not much fear left in my heart. Well, since your business here is still flourishing, I suppose it's a good idea to be prepared for the future. By the way, have you seen any outsiders around here? Huh? I haven't seen any. How could there be outsiders here anyway? I don't do much wandering these days. You're not playing some kind of trick on me, are you? I'm telling you the truth. To be fair, I haven't figured out the specifics myself. Maybe there was a mistake. It's alright. Let's go somewhere else and ask around. Is that man an acquaintance of yours? There's no one in Amber Street. I don't know. I know I refer to everyone here affectionately as aunt and uncle, but he's the only one that actually counts as my elder. You mean he's lived for as long as you have? At least 150 years. Of course, There aren't many like him. Otherwise, this place would be overrun with people. But he's different from us. Rumors are that he used some costly techniques to expand his lifespan. I don't know what the details, though. His path and mine diverge at a certain point anyway. But I digress. Since he doesn't know anything about the outsiders, let's try somewhere else. Yeah, there's going to be a lot here to explore, isn't there? Oh yes, there is indeed. Oh my goodness. Come now, no need to be a stranger. What are you up to? It's nothing. I just wanted to ask about the fear gathering. Supplies are running a bit low at home. Well, you're in luck, my friend, since you met us today. That's great. The girl seems hesitant to speak. What is it? Are you having other troubles? Not really, it's just... Master, can you talk with my father again? About what? Oh, is he still refusing to use items obtained from the fear gathering? Yeah, if things continue like this, I'm afraid he might starve. I see. Is he still living outside Amber Street? On that plot of land he has? Self-sufficiently and all that? Yeah. Mom always tries to dissuade him from staying there, but... Don't worry. I'll go take another look. Don't be afraid. Persuading others is my forte. But it's so strange. I mean... I'm really afraid of my father dying, but... If I knew he wouldn't die, would I not be able to offend the fear gathering? If that were the case, my father and I would both... I'm a bit confused on how I should feel. Well, the girl paused for a moment. Although the reasoning she was about to blurt out was valid, perhaps she felt it wouldn't be very comforting. It's okay. Besides, in the future, there'll be plenty of other things to instill fear in you. Like a group of terrifying outsiders coming to Amber Street. Outsiders? Here? Scary, right? But everything will be fine. Sorry about that. That little lady wasn't looking too well, so I had to give her some advice. It's okay. She did seem to have a lot on her mind. But based on what you just said to her, this so-called fear gathering, could it be... It's doing business with shadows that consumes your own fear. That's why the girl's afraid of not having anything to be afraid of. I've mentioned it before, haven't I? Making a living is never an easy thing. But on the other hand, if you fear everything, you can't live your life either. When I was going through tough times before, everyone would always comfort me and tell me everything would be alright. When Emily grows up, she might comfort others in the same way. Yeah. Why do I keep prattling about trivial matters today? Let's keep going. Standing here won't get us anywhere. I knew you'd pick the right moment. Open again? Well, it's not like I can make a living by your skills, can I? Don't have to rub it in. You must make it sound like I'm some kind of heartless middleman. I've heard them say you're obsessed with making a big show of things, but I must say, your prices are fair. Naturally. The more opportunistic you are, the less you want to be resented. That's something I picked up from you, Master. Alright, alright. You always knew how to flatter me. By the way, have you seen new faces in Amber Street? You could say that they're guests of mine, but they seem to have gotten turned around. Can't say I have. But I have noticed a few new competitors. Competitors? Yeah, for the first time ever. 2 girls set up a mobile stall nearby. And, just like me, the business is nurturing people's fears. How interesting. That is it. That it is. But I'm guessing they must have heard about my reputation, as they've been acting quite cautious around me. I've been eager to show my support, but I've never seen them around. Alright, that's enough. Your personality hasn't changed a bit. Sardonic and caustic in equal measure. Okay. Alright, I'll take care of this for you. Just remember, if you happen to find them before me, don't give them any trouble. And what's this? Oh, apart from the basic necessities around here, the monsters in the wilderness, there's not much that you have to worry about. When it comes to doing business with fear gathering, some are bound to not have any fear to barter with. That's why we have people like him. He'll go to great lengths to scare people, and after all the fear gathering ends, he'll take a cut. No wonder he claims to be opportunistic. But not entirely. He's actually more interested in figuring out why and the how behind all this than he lets on. But if you're going to stay here for a while, you might have to deal with him. But back to the topic. What do you think? Could your friends possibly be the two girls he mentioned? Indeed, that's possible. Well then, let's go. Judging by how everyone's doing, the official start of the fear gathering won't be delayed much longer. I need to take care of some important business as soon as possible. Yeah, that's a nice dress design actually, I like it. Aha! Don't worry, you're an A-rank Valkyrie. This kind of thing is a walk in the park for you. They are Valkyries, which confirms they're from the original timeline. But Coralie, rather than thinking about it, whether we can do it, shouldn't we be thinking about if we should do it? Cora? Helia? What are you? Allie? Hey there. We have a customer, Helia. Hey, why are you taking this so seriously? Feast your eyes. A knife throwing challenge, free of charge. She'll stand in front of that board and you can throw the knives, however you see fit. The only requirement is, you have to blindfold yourself first. Don't listen to her. I'm glad you're okay, Howie. Have you also encountered those weird shadow beasts? I got into a scrap with them at the beginning, yes. Fortunately, I became acquainted with this young woman here and, as you can see, found Senna, so it wasn't a big deal. She's the one who brought us to Amber Street. Acquaintance? No need to be formal, just call me Song. You two have an air of excellence. I imagine the place where you work must be impressive. Yeah, Helia's experience as an A-rank Valkyrie is quite extensive. For whatever reason, she attained the A rank. Never mind. So A is actually a pretty low rank, which is interesting. Speaking of, what about Senadina? Didn't you say you found her? We did, but... The girl grunted as she squeezed through the crowd and approached the small stall. Perhaps you could consider swallowing before you speak. Unlike when they were separated earlier, the girl was now carrying an assortment of food in her arms, and she was struggling to chew with puffed cheeks. So, it really is you. I just heard someone say there was a little person doing business over here, and turns out they weren't lying. Great. We're not friends anymore. Oh! The gremlin that hates being called short, I love it. Coraline certainly has a unique sense of humor. Senna, when did you get all that stuff you're carrying? Other people gave them to me. I guess it's because I'm so adorable. By the way, what are you guys playing? Looks like fun. Feast your eyes and no... Can it? No one wants to hear that a second time. Anyway, everyone's reunited in good spirits. That's the most important thing. All's well that ends well. I hate to be the party pooper, but now it's probably time to be one. Otherwise I'll be blamed later. It's not a big deal, I just need to excuse myself for a while. As I mentioned before, I also need to prepare for the fear gathering. I can't delay any longer. I apologize for not being able to entertain you properly, please don't take offense. No need to be so formal. You've guided us through this journey, and we haven't even thanked you properly yet. Still, it's not exactly my definition of hospitality. Alright then. You guys do your thing. I'll be right back. After making a strange gesture, the girl bounded off with her usual overflowing energy. It said that many hands make light work. Let's go take a look at our lineup. We will use their ones for now, because we have not got the characters fully built. You guys got pretty chummy in no time. People are kind to those that treat them kindly. So, what's the deal with you two? You've barely been here and you're already starting a business? Strictly speaking, this falls under the umbrella of scientific research. After being sucked in, Cora and I quickly reunited. Our communicators works here too, so that was a pleasant surprise. After confirming that this is a bubble universe, we started searching for any signs of life nearby, trying to find you. Eventually, by sheer happenstance, we happened upon this place. The locals are friendly enough, and they don't seem surprised by travelers from outside the bubble universe, so she wanted to conduct some research here. When it comes to research, even happy accidents can be part of the plan. Remember that black substance that pulled us here? Here, it operates as some form of currency. It's said that for a ritual called the Fear Gathering, a mysterious being collects people's fears. After the ritual's over, those who partook will have everything they could ever want. Yeah, that's what we've been told. So, Coralie suggests getting involved in this daily lives to gathering fear, see how it works. That's how the stall you see before you came to be. So, how's business? It's going. These throwing knives pose no threat to Helia. She can easily dodge them, but the residents here don't know that. Whenever they walk up to throw knives, they start shaking like a leaf and refuse to actually throw any of them. You two really have a knack for business. Not quite. The usefulness of this endeavor is somewhat limited. After all, it's not our own fears we're building up. To see a result, we have to wait for the fear gathering to begin. Have you asked about who conducts the fear gathering? We did, but it hasn't turned up much. It'll be who we just met, won't it? It'll be Song. Yeah, whenever we bring it up, everyone shows this weird look. To say it's irritation would be an understatement, but to say it's hatred would be the opposite. How do they describe it then? Like a wicked mountain, fat and muddy. Like a slippery fox, cunning and vicious. What's so funny? Sounds like she must have undergone quite a weight loss regime. Have you seen her before? Of course, you've seen her too. The morning clouds are not reserved for the mountains. The Whitefoot's fair is not enough. Yeah, go on, let's go find Song. That's cute. That's cute. 5 for Earth, able to contain. Hit the weakest when at the strongest. I like the hand symbols, the sand kind of symbol she's doing. Done. I still have many clients to visit today, so I won't stay long. Oh, before I go, let me remind you of something. Shadows are not something you can keep as assets. They might disappear of their own volition at any given moment. Even if you intended to save them and use them sparingly, it'd be wiser to exchange them for something tangible first. That's how you can secure your future. So she's the harvester, huh? We saw it all. Here you are. Sorry, I was on my way to find you, but I got stopped by the neighbours. The fear gathering is dragging on a bit too long, and everyone's getting a little anxious. So you're the one in charge of the fear gathering? I never admitted it. Right, but I deliberately kept it a secret. I never deliberately kept it for a secret from you either. After all, there aren't many things about me worth showing off, so I wanted to wait for the right time to tell. Ooh. Give me a second. Oh, God, what's going on? Things are going weird. Sorry, just checking out more things again. I knew it. You may masquerade as being laid back and easygoing, but you're actually a big shot. Oh no, please. All I was doing was adorning myself with borrowed plumage. Saying that, the girl raised her uniquely shaped object in her hand. If you want to do business with shadows, she's your only shot. She may not look the nicest, but... Hey! For no apparent reason, the girl stumbled in place, seemingly unable to bear the weight of the object in her hand. Actually, this is the shell that I mentioned earlier. It's quite remarkable. At first, there probably wasn't much difference, but now it's become much too dull. That tends to happen to objects that have been left collecting dust for too long. Are you saying that there's a chance that mine will revert back to its original state, and it could potentially participate in the fear gathering? Theoretically true, but there's a big difference between asleep and dead. However, if you're really interested, it might not be a bad avenue to pursue. That's right. If you're looking for someone who can wrangle with those shadows on the street, there isn't a single one left. Really? Not even you? Well, why dwell on past glories? This concept of collecting fears seems to be a very real thing. Coralie, could this be a mechanism of the Sea of Quanta? I'm more inclined to think they have different definitions of fear here. What's so different about it? How could it mean anything else other than the literal definition? Only if you experience genuine fear can it be extracted. As for its secrets, I can't really say. It's just following the ancestral method, I suppose. So, if we look at this form from another perspective, anyone can be the executor of the fear gathering. Yes, but why would you want to deal with shadows unless you had no other recourse? You've seen what it's like outside, haven't you? Even after all these years, they still consider shadows as a sort of evil spirit. Even for me. I only make this trip once every 2 or 3 months. The rest of the time, I mind my own business. Fortune telling, dream interpretation, palm reading, tomb geomancy, you name it, I dabble in it. A girl's gotta make a living. Yeah, girl, you slay. I see. Religion is the humanization of natural laws, while witchcraft is the naturalization of human behavior. Oh, I like that. Ever since I've known her, you've always enjoyed rattling off these abstract statements that make you scratch your head. Well, since the fear gathering is still short on attendees, why don't you come with me and see for yourself? If we come across someone who wants to do a cash-on-delivery deal, they won't be so cryptic to you then. And they might even give us some local specialties as a bonus. That depends on the individual. Oh! One of these puzzles. Hell yeah. There's so much to explore. I'm gonna love this. Hey, isn't that... What's wrong? Nothing. There's a shop nearby with my house with a similar sign. Maybe it's just a coincidence. Your name is Clock, sir. What? Here we are. Getting impatient, aren't you? Soon you won't need to be afraid anymore. There doesn't seem to be anything special about it. Don't be so hasty. Everything has a beginning, middle, and end. We're only at the beginning. It seems to be going much faster than before, doesn't it? Of course. Even though it sounds unreasonable, the younger you are, the fewer things you're afraid of. It's like the old saying, newborn calves do not fear tigers. And the key to the fear gathering, in fact, lies in Yes, take it slow. Slow. What? Whoa. You're quite talented. Would you ever consider being my apprentice in the future? Go away, Granny. Mom told me not to talk to you, except at times like this. Ooh, that's gonna sting deep. Oh, I see. Ooh, I can feel that. Secondhand stung. Fair enough. Everything has changed after all. Everyone, this is the fear gathering. Would you like to give it a spin? Could this be a manifestation of a type of source matter that I haven't encountered before? But if that's the case, no. Let's not make any hasty judgments. What's the matter? It makes sense. No outsider has ever seen how we do business here. It's only natural to be surprised. What? No, I was just thinking about conjuring up something for myself. Don't you ever get surprised by anything? Of course I do. But the key is that it's so interesting. So, you're saying you can conjure anything out of shadow, Granny-san. Would you quit calling me that? Not everything can be conjured from shadows. Things that you can't even imagine yourself, for example. I see. So, the shops on the street are selling a technique rather than a raw material. Took you long enough to notice. You might find the odd restaurant here, but there isn't a single shop selling vegetables, flour, or rice, or the like. I originally thought it because of some special supply route here, but now it seems like they simply because they already have everything they need. That's right. We've been living like this for over a century. I don't know how things are from wherever you're from, but in one place, our once invaluable treasures serves little purpose than being playthings for children. The only exception is if it's something that incorporates extraordinary craftsmanship and integrity. So, according to the economic system here, as long as people feed fear and extract it in time, they can live without too much concern. Cora, what do you think? Doesn't this fly in the face of any law we're familiar with? It's very strange indeed. The kingdom of God is also the kingdom of despair. Although it's not exact in the time, I find it rather apt description for this place. There haven't been rumors of bubble universes near Earth where wishes come true, but I haven't looked into them specifically. It also probably can't be directly applied to daily life. Judging from the instruments readings, however, these shadows can be considered a manifestation of Honkai energy. In other words, the people in this bubble are not only living in harmony with Honkai, but have also turned it into a sort of perpetual motion machine, capable of transforming everything. Does that make sense? Of course not. It does not make a lick of sense. However, looking at it from a different perspective, no matter how peculiar these things are, they can nonetheless bring unexpected value to our Mars expedition. If we take it even further, the mysterious hometown that the Dream Seeker we're searching for is no exception either. Aoi, your goal is still to find a way back home to your hometown, is it not? That is correct. If it's possible, I'd like to go back for a visit, so as to research my friends and family who've no doubt have been looking for me. In that case, it would be more efficient for us to come traveling together. Indeed. Travel together? You guys aren't planning to stay a while, are you? My apologies. It must be that I spent too much time running around instead of tending to you properly. Oh, no, you've misunderstood. We're quite interested in this place, but as outsiders, we naturally have to find a way to re-establish our connection with the outside world. If we can't connect to our base, being able to contact Aoi's hometown could suffice as well. What do you think, Senadina? As long as things are interesting, I don't mind. Having said that, it'd be better if we could explore both sides. That way, I can continue to figure out what I can conjure from the shadows. Who knows? Maybe I could even become a middleman and make some profit. I don't mean to dampen your spirits, but I've already mentioned before how I haven't been able to leave this place for 100 years. From my understanding, while there is indeed a pathway to the outside, it's never been opened. Or perhaps a more accurate description would be that the opportunity to open it has already passed. If you want to take a look, I won't stop you, but I do suggest that you manage your expectations accordingly. No problem. If we're lucky, we'll get through, and even establish a connection with the outside world for you. Even if luck isn't on our side, it's still a good thing to be let out of our fantasies sooner rather than later. So, when do we leave? Anytime works for me. It's a short journey and won't be too much trouble. But I must admit, I'm a stickler for doing things in order. There's an urgent matter I agreed to previously, so I'll have to take care of that first. At any rate, it's all on the way. How about we wait till I handle this urgent matter first, then dive into the issue of leaving this place? What do you think? What? Urgent matter? Didn't you see me agreeing to it earlier? You would have forgotten. In fact, I might need your help, actually. So, leveling up's definitely going to be a thing in this. Right. Give me 1 second to try and work something out. Okay, so it can't be that. See, these puzzles are legitimately difficult at times. Because you can't rotate it. Problem is, I'll keep coming up with the same solution. This can't be here because we need A3. So we'll try that. And it's definitely going to be that as we explore and get these levels up, I'm guessing this one is we get rewards. Oh! We get a free one here. And if I'm right in thinking, towards the end of it, somewhere we get her hammer, right? Yes, here. That is actually her hammer at 400, so... This stuff will all be done post. Obviously, post. Actually, we should actually get it now, shouldn't we? Oh, we're just out. We are just outside of. So we need to do a little more. We get our hammer. And then I'm more than happy there. I can try and do the exploration off cam. What's L do? Okay, achievements. Well, we can unlock those after as well. You know, no rush, nice and easy. Is it not the little girl? No, we're not going to the little girl. Whoa. Oh, it's Lanka. No, we're not going to unlock the map or anything. I guess I'll have to explore and unlock the map later. I mean, I guess that works. Long time no see, Uncle Mangor. What do you want? I heard from Emily you're interested in the fear gathering again. I'd like nothing more than to go back to the good old days, but we still have our lives to live. What's conjured from the shadows is no different from what you grow on your ground. Why make it so hard on yourself? Emily. She was the little girl who was afraid her father would die, so he must be... You should also know that it's not the shadows that I distrust. Even if it was once a fearsome beast, it's long been tamed by them. What I don't trust is you and that ominous thing. You know perfectly well what I speak of. I knew you'd say that. That's why I brought a friend along who you might find trustworthy. You're up, Aoi. Huh? Did I mention it before? Although the artifact of yours is dulled somewhat, it's still useful. So as long as you apply some elbow grease, it should be able to complete a fear gathering, no problem. Considering how things are going, why don't you give it a try? Apart from helping others, there are many other benefits too. So, the charlatan has finally begun to take on apprentices. When you pontificating on how you should be passed on just to how it shouldn't be passed on to anyone a few years ago? Well, we've also got to make things easy for the old folk out there. Roping someone else into doing her work sounds like a sweet deal for her. There you go again with your witty riposts. Don't you worry, after this is over, you might just fall in love with the fear gathering. So, as long as I get on good terms with Aoi, I won't have to worry about putting any food on the table anymore. But I have no idea what to do. That's why I'm here. Well, all shadows in. Chants are just for show. See, it's done. That felt a bit non-consensual. You can now accept 2 daily tasks. Complete them to get EXP. The first fear gathering, sorry, suitable time to take on a task. Let's check them out. I'm bringing myself in! Combat! I will definitely say this is very fluid combat, so if someone... Get down. I like that she uses the actual rocket to jump as well. I can point out what exactly people point out with her her special one there. The team really went in with jiggle physics on this character. Now, whether I'm telling the truth, it's for you guys to see in a minute. Sorry about my speaker going there. There we go, task done. Here you go, your supplies are all here. So, she has the same amplitude as them. That shouldn't be the case. After all, it still relies on the artifact, albeit with a different approach. But for you, can you use it without worrying now? I guess we'll see. May I ask for your name, stranger? I might reach out to you in the future for assistance with other matters. It's strange how suddenly you became so polite to a different person, even though they're engaged in the same trade. Song, what exactly? Uncle Mangor? You still haven't given up yet, have you? It's impossible for people to like them to appear again, so that's just the way it is. There's no need to waste your breath. I could never live off other people's corpses with no moral compunctions like you do. They were once human too. So there must be someone who can become them once again. It doesn't matter anyway. In any case, artifact is the only appropriate word for what she's holding in her hand. As that monstrous thing you rely on? Huh. I forgot something. I still have some big fish to fry, Uncle Mangor. I'll take my leave. Take care of yourself. Go, go. Hurry up. Even after all these years, Uncle Mango is still cantankerous as ever. What's his deal? It seems like he mentioned some other people too. I don't intend to hide anything for you, but it's a rather long story. How many times have people saying it's a long story? We can sit down and talk about it when we have the chance to be a proper host. But you got some skills, Aoi. I was way worse when I first got my gadget. Perhaps you might become a celebrity here soon enough, just like me. That way, the burden on me will be lighter, and you'll benefit as well. It's a win-win situation. Glad I could help. Come on, let's not digress. I'll show you the way. Oh, by the way, she seemed to have suddenly remembered something and shifted her gaze to the gadget in her hand. It's been exhausting lugging this thing around all the time. I'm not going to the fear gathering next, so there's no need for me to carry it around. I guess it's goodbye for now. With that, the young girl gently loosened her grip and let it fall to the ground. However, there was no sound when it landed on the surface. Alright, let's go. The puzzled redhead approached cautiously and extended her foot, tentatively stepping on her shadow. All she felt was the solid pushback of the ground, as if what she'd seen earlier had never happened. So we have another beacon here. There we go. We'll open this up. There we go. Amber Street unlocked. Whee! Is this bridge gonna try collapse? Or is something gonna make it collapse? Jesus. By the way, I've been meaning to ask you, are there waterfalls and rivers over there just shadow? Yeah. The people here call it the Pool of Shadows. Not only that, in fact, everything you just saw could be considered the source of this place. Just like the sun and moon. Just remember not to get too close. Even I would most likely drown if I fell in. Screw you, I can swim. What is that? Sea Mirage. Ah, so this is our tower. Fine, I'll fight you. But only because you want to fight. There was no other option. There was nothing I could do. I had to. Watch. I get it's recoil, but come on, guys. Hello there, Phantom. How are you doing? Welcome on in. We're just running towards the end of the story, hopefully. Nope. I will take that one. Ooh. An elevator! I mean, it's not taking me to the Velvet Room, which is a problem. I kind of wish it would, but... Wait. Could that be... Wait, that's like the anchor that she has as an astral star. Everyone, look everyone, it's right there. Nope, I missed that. I gotta just check the history, sorry. The Anchor of Apocalypse? How is this possible? Aoi, you know it? Yeah. In my hometown, it's a unique relic. Is it the pathway to leave this world? At least that's what we've heard. But now, it's little more than scrap metal. Otherwise, we'd already made a run for it. In your hometown, does it have any other uses? Nobody there thinks it has anything to do with a pathway between worlds, that's for sure. In my hometown, people see the Anchor of Apocalypse as a gift from the stars. Just like its appearance suggests, the world, devastated and damaged by the Great Eruption, is anchored by its existence, preventing it from sinking and completely becoming lost and adrift in the sea of data. I don't know. Kinda sounds like a pathway to me. I don't know how many of these things exist. But since they're here, and they're unusually stable, if we climb up that magic beanstalk of an iron chain, can't we go wherever we want? Very well. For once, your reference actually sort of makes sense. And your logic, at least, somewhat resembles that of a normal person, though totally useless. Whatever, my references are always on point. Come on, let me give it a try. Considering what happened with the astral rings earlier, I might have a knack for dealing with this thing as of unknown origin. You're not serious, are you? I've tried countless times over the years to come up with bupkis. And come up with bupkis. I'm guessing that means come up with nothing. Like, girl, what is your language? Well, the Anchor Apocalypse that exists in my hometown has been floating alone in the sky for centuries, until recently, when it was incorporated into the top of the floor of a skyscraper. But, Miss Song, perhaps I met much earlier than we imagined. I know, in the dream, right? You mentioned it before. No, I mean, I remembered something. A story about my homeland's history. I didn't pay attention to the name in that story before, but on the other hand, do you ever remember this place and another world being united as one? Huh? How did you... No way. Although my understanding is limited, some people helped us survive the Great Eruption at cost of leaving their own world. Stories like that are still occasionally sung in my hometown to this day. Earlier on Amber Street, I noticed a sign, which had been used by another old establishment in my hometown. Guys? Although it was just a coincidence at the time, but now I've seen the Anchor of Apocalypse. Wait, so did we really succeed back then? Sorry to interrupt, but is this supposed to happen? I promise, I only touched it once, or maybe twice at most. How on earth did you do that? Wait, hold on! Uh-oh, we left the child behind! Guys, we left the child behind. We went to Disneyland and we forgot the children. Oh boy. Even the narrator doesn't know what to say. So what? What does all of this mean? I can already feel a migraine coming on. Lechu and Ochia were originally in the same world. How come they only noticed it now? But I finally understand what you mean about the particularity of all this, and how it stands out in terms of time. Please tell me this AI-chan, this Ao-chan model will become available for her, and please tell me Vita will be playable. I want to see a playable Vita. Wait, how come you can't see my mouse? But you could otherwise. That's annoying. They need to make up their mind when you can see the mouse and when you can't. But I finally understand what you mean about the particularness, how it stands out in terms of time. No wonder why you look so hapless. I didn't introduce myself so you could mock me at times like this. Give me a break. You just wanted to be appreciated, and You just wanted me to appreciate other people's dreams within dreams. While being inside a dream of your own. Don't even get me started on Aoi, who accidentally gave birth to the Trinity. She did what now? At least for you and me, this kind of dream doesn't have any meaning, right? You don't really think you live inside a dictionary, do you? You seem to have misinterpreted what I'm doing. I just want different variables to meet in the future, in the gentlest way possible. Like willing to acting, like you and me, and like them, to their own world. So, what is this exactly? Oh, him and the dog! A pathway. Huh? It doesn't look like it at all. You better not be pulling my leg. Uncle Latoast. Latost. So we have a name at least. If that's the case, where's it lead? Loneliness, agony, and endless confusion. Okay, that makes it sound even worse. Well, it may well be. The reason it stands here is to proclaim that we only exist by the grace of others. That's why I want you to step into it. Even if it's difficult for you to bear. Freedom is indeed something you deserve, unlike me, who has spent my life searching for death. No, you don't know me. I'm not cut out for that. Lantern would be more suitable for that. No. Among all the shush, only you are suitable. I know your origins. As long as they have personalities, they can be understood. As long as they can be understood, they can be deceived. As long as they can be deceived, you can deceive them. Outside this city is where you belong. Besides, there's another reason. One more clearer and more understandable than what I was just proclaiming. You're really... Uncle Toss. Please, I don't want to hear it. I understand, but I don't want to hear it from your mouth. Just this once. Can you do me this favor? Even if it's just once. Have you ever seen me deceive anyone? I'll give it to you straight. You're not even close to our level. I'm not up to the task of committing this mortal sin with us. Have I been abandoned? Time is running out. Wait. Hold your horses, little lady. Do you want to die there? Who is that? It's okay. I can wait until you've seen enough. There are too many unremarkable things in this world. Take this pathway, for example. This is not. But haven't we met before? Am I home? It looks like I'm home. Who are you? Oh, this is who was calling me. The dog's here. Peter, the dog's here. And with that, Phase 1 is complete. So, I'll be seeing everyone when Phase 2 comes out over on the YouTube. For those here on the Twitch, wait around. We got a little more things coming. For those watching over on the YouTube, thank you so much for joining me on this adventure. I'll see you guys when our adventure continues. And until next time, this is Connor Sweets, the Arcadia Network, logging off.